you marry? We'll say no, man. But
guess what day it is? Hump Day!
Mayor Flanagan. So there's not gonna be a tour for a few weeks.
When you look back on this time compared to some recent events with World of T-shirts, you'll say this is relatively tame. He didn't really have a massive freak out at all. He was mostly doing music, doing some drinks, and he's getting ready to go on his cruise. So, as you saw, the plan for him is to leave on Sunday the 27th of October, and basically it's like a week long. He's gonna come back, and then he's gonna fly to Germany, where, I won't lie, I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried that he might be doing some, specific salutes out there, and they don't really take that very well. You know, I feel like, something like that, if there's an audience for Josh in Germany, who really knows, I think he might be coerced to do something bad. But a lot of people have been kind of concerned about how this whole cruise thing is going to go. And in case you haven't really noticed, all of his trips basically are, he gets drunk, he kind of freaks out a little bit, but it's nothing to the extreme of him getting like arrested or anything like that. I don't think he's going to go and jump off a barrier into the ocean while he's on his cruise, and he'll have some drinky poos. He's there for a week, who knows, maybe he'll get sent to the brig, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. Today, we're going to go over some clips of Mr. Bass just being an absolute lunatic. I know, it's been building up for some time. Ever since his channel got deleted, he's been staring at the sun, he's been getting angry at Josh, and they have a surprise female guest, Letty from Fish Tank, who shows up towards the end of this video. So, let's look into it.
What do you think? How am I going to record it? You're not! You're doing a TikTok. Wait for them to stop donating. They never donate.
Oh, I've been wishing for snow.
They're paying
I'm
for
just
everything.
gonna keep
Wait till
on
they
waiting
shut up. They hardly send any money to
the
them.
mistletoe. I won't make a
So this is the extreme that we see from Mr. Bass. Everybody understands that this smiling, dancing, haha persona is all fake. His true pimp rage is starting to emerge. He's starting to treat Josh like one of his ladies that he shipped away to a mysterious island in the Caribbean that may or may not have, you know, some ramifications for some people in very high positions. But you see here that this is also probably not the first time that he's yelled at Josh in this regard. And the whole premise of it is that Josh wanted to turn off donations because whatever. They were pissing him off, they were making him upset, whatever. And you hear Mr. Bass say, "They barely been donating, don't you touch it, don't you touch it." And he's starting to feel pressed a little bit, right? You know, all that money that he made off of basically trafficking girls in his previous career and allegedly doing some other things I won't name here. He basically, where did all that money go? It went into all the knickknacks and shit in your apartment, and now you have to beg and plead on your botted views on your streams in order to make money. And Josh, who's actually contributing the content for you, is, you know, he can't run the show. It's a bit disappointing, but obviously it's like, this whole video, I hope, kind of gives you some perspective, because I slammed Doink a little bit on Josh. I don't think Josh is the greatest person. I don't think Josh is infallible of criticism, but we start to see the mask slip with Mr. Bass a lot more recently, and it's going to prove time and time again that he's not this cute little princess that he likes to dance around and masquerade as.
Anonymous sent $15.
But what is that going to do for you?
It'll protect me
From what?
from haters.
No, actually that's not true. There will always be haters. Whether you work at
They're
Burger King, whether
scaring
you're
me
on
off
TikTok.
of the platform, and they're winning.
That's not true. I don't think that's true.
They're scaring me off of TikTok, and so far they're winning. I can't sustain it anymore. I'm thinking of just giving up TikTok and working at Burger King. being a boring minimum wage.
Arjun sent $20. Yo, it's Arjun.
Curse you! This stupid hat. It's all your fault.
Oh my god.
No, Josh.
So this other guy, he's referred to as the soldier during the stream. Who cares, right? Josh is having an in-depth conversation once again about how he wants to go work at Burger King because the trolls are getting to him. It's too much to deal with. And honestly, relatable, Josh. You know, I see where you're coming from because when I was growing up, I remember my coaches, whenever I would play sports, they would tell me, don't let your opponent know that you're tired. You know, don't hunch over looking like you're out of breath. Don't hold your hands above your head because they're going to start targeting you and they're going to go after you because you're tired, right? And this is, Josh, you can't let the trolls know that you're down in the dumps, that you're considering a retirement to Burger King. You're going to be putting the fries in the bag. Oh my God, you think, and that's the thing too. It's like, obviously, I want to get this out of the way. Josh is not retiring. This is all probably just a ploy, a skit, whatever. But it's also mentioned a little bit later that Josh is kind of this like public figure that probably can never disappear into like the background. Like hypothetically speaking, if TikTok got shut down and Josh had to find a real job or whatever, or go on welfare or whatever the hell he would do in that scenario, if he was working at like a fast food place, people are going to recognize him. He's not like this, you know, micro niche celebrity that's like 100K followers or something. Like he's decently well known. I know normies in my life who have seen at least a video of Josh, right? All right, so it's like, it's not that outlandish to assume, but we get the one true freak out of Josh this week. You know, it's pretty tame, as I said, compared to recent weeks where people are starting to show up once again outside of Mr. Base's apartment, and the restaurant owner down below him is really pissed, and it's because people are constantly shouting at night as people are trying to eat on the patio, and they have the windows open in the restaurant down below, and it's causing a ruckus.
That's safer than the people we usually have protected.
Put the fries in the back, Josh.
Could you go
Get out of the window! Get out of our window!
Josh, security's going to take care of it. This is our day off.
Get out of my house! Get out of my house! Get out of my house! Get out!
Stop.
Brush those crusty teeth.
You killed her chick.
Get out of my house!
Have your passport, you fucking pussy.
Josh.
I'm coming for you.
Josh.
I'm
Josh,
breaking
get
and
back
I'm
here.
going to eat you out of your...
Oh God, with a Marine, he gets crazy. John, Frankie, get back.
Come on.
You can see how gleeful he is. I think deep down Josh does love this, and it's hard for me to tell nowadays what Josh does and doesn't understand about his own life, right? Like, it's hard for me to tell if he's goofing on him or if he's actually pissed about something. Maybe that says something about me being incapable of deciphering that. But there have been messages that have been sent talking about how people are going to climb through Mr. Base's window to start taking things out of the apartment. Frankie, collectibles, Josh himself, who knows? But Mr. Base says he's going to close the window. So shut that down, trolls. But you know, honestly, your biggest security breach is Josh himself. Him being ready to go flying out the front door, that's opening access to intruders, Mr. Base. I think you might want to back off on that. And in case you didn't notice, Mr. Base, he has a bandage on his arm, and I wasn't really going to talk about a whole lot, but in these upcoming clips where he's hanging out with Letty, he makes the indication that he was going to set his arm on fire. And then he went to some urgent care or something, and they patched him up, and he made this whole melodramatic story out of it. It wasn't worth my time, but I'm giving it some credence, so it's documented in the Josh lore. So now we're moving on into the Letty story.
But is it real or fake?
What?
If it's not really your there's nothing wrong with it. Is it really your that people are sharing?
Is it real that you
Like,
murder people?
no, I never did in my life. Is it true that you have a really hairy... You said to me, my chat wants me to fight with you, Mr. Base, and I said, if you do...
I didn't say that. I said
Jason is going to
they
kill you
want
if you
me
don't
to
let
be mean
Josh
to
shave
you.
your
And then I wasn't mean
I said
to
it
you,
just
and then you started being weird
Can I
to
keep
me,
the butthole
so I
hairs,
started kind of riffing back to you and saying, oh, you someone.
Right, I said to you, I wouldn't take that approach because I'll destroy you.
So Mr. Based is getting pressed a little bit here, right? Now, we have to give some context to this Letty person. If you don't know who Letty is, she was a contestant on Fish Tank, which is basically the show that brings a bunch of contestants into a house. They have to endure a lot of crazy stuff, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. And when she was there, her ex-boyfriend leaked some videos and pictures and things of her. Now, before she showed up to this house with Mr. Based allegedly was asking her about these pictures and asking her if they were hot or not. Now she shows up and he keeps pressing her about it, and she responds right back, you know, tit for tat. You know, if you're gonna deal it, you better be ready to take it, right? And Mr. Based is not really ready to take it. He's getting pushback, and we're about to see some yelling at Josh scenario things going on here, because he doesn't like being the small man in the conversation, right? Because obviously a big strong man is a man who pimps women and sells them out to multi-billionaires in order to exploit them. That's what big alpha strongmen do, and you know, little betas accuse him of doing wrong. You know, that's just pathetic. I can't believe I made it this far talking about Mr. Based, and I haven't used the terms alpha and beta before, but I think this is a proper analogy.
He did not send me. I am a woman with agency. I actually did not really know who you were. I knew him, kind of. I've seen like a clip of him.
How do you know Pow Envy? It's a big world, and he's a very small creator.
I knew him from Fish Tank.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not know you guys were related at all.
WLEO
that's none of their business.
Just tell them it's not Harry anymore so they can respect you.
How the soldier you're getting his feelings so hurt but this young woman.
Just tell them that you shaved it and it's clean now.
And this is the derogatory way that Mr. Based is treated. Basically every woman that has crossed paths into the world of t-shirts, Mr. Basterverse, or whatever you want to call it, he is very demeaning, and it's not surprising because anybody that made a career off of exploiting and selling and taking advantage of different women, it's no surprise that they would demean other people that were in a situation. And obviously this whole thing with Letty is obviously a crime that was committed against her. It was not to her own volition. It wasn't like, oh, she went on the show and then we found that she was doing some hoinky poink on the side and we found her channel and all that and whatever, right? It was, oh, her ex-boyfriend is an absolute criminal who released this information online against her will, and now she has to deal with the ramifications of it. And Mr. Based, obviously, the sympathetic, the caring person himself, is trying to use it to leverage some sort of social opinion or something. It's hard to understand where Mr. Based' point of view is coming from, because he is the most insecure creator, if you even want to call that, on the platform. Anybody that feels the need to pump up their stream numbers with tens of thousands of fake viewers is one of the biggest bitches that will exist out there. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that when he starts to get pushback, he's gonna dig lower. He's gonna go on the low road as much as he possibly can, because oh, I'm gonna shrivel up. I'm Mr. Based. My life's so hard. You guys are so mean. How could you believe these totally allegedly things that I did in the past? Oh, that's so rough. It's not like I've ever shown my own personality online to be a completely corrupt and terrible person. That would just be insane.
$20 currently on my way to my 20th country. Enjoy staying in the middle class for
just say, you know, you said that everyone wants you to fight me. Can you fight me with a big smile? And you have a reputation. You have a reputation of being evil to people on Fish Tank. I'm not upset. No, men are competitive. I'm just fighting back. You attacked me and I'm fighting back. I know how to get the vibe back. I'm a content machine. Grab his hand.
Anonymous.
If you really don't want to fight, do something nice.
If you want to be a nice person, why don't you just make advances on Josh? You know, why don't you take your top off? Who cares? This is the Mr. Based show. He's gonna make the greatest content in the entire world. He's a content machine, guys. It's crazy that he thinks he's the content machine. Now, I've given him credit in the past that his filmography has gotten a little bit better, his directography, or whatever the hell it's called. his ability to film Josh when he's freaking out, it's gotten much better in recent times. But let's not pretend like people are showing up to the Mr. Bass stream for Mr. Bass, because when Josh is not there, his fake viewers drop, his real viewers drop, and that's why he gets angry, because he's not getting the donations that he needs in order to survive and live his weird, creepy lifestyle. Maybe he'll get some more Asian P-words to show up in here that don't speak any English. Who knows where he got them from, but, you know, he's got connections, he's got friends, he's got buddies in the industry.
Watch the
these
clip.
people have ruined your life and you pick on me? Like,
Hey, that's a
why
good
would...
point.
And the shit
My
about
life is not
the
ruined.
shit about me is not
I'm in
even
New York.
anywhere you go. They spread all that shit about you. Your life's ruined.
Yeah, well, no one actually cares. in
And
real
your shit's
life.
true.
Only
My
internet
shit's not
people
true.
care.
Oh,
What-
TTS is
what-
bugging.
You were friends with Jeffrey Epstein, self-admitted.
No, he was a client of mine. I made $500,000 on him.
You don't understand, guys. He was a client, not a friend, even though in the past I said that he was a pretty good person, that he didn't really believe the accusations that were alleged against him. But he was just a buddy. I just made $500,000 selling probably underage girls to his island that were taken advantage of by the world's biggest, most powerful elite in the entire history of the universe. It's no big deal. I mean, it was just a transaction. You know, it was people. It was a person, you know, person for money transaction. But come on, you're gonna take that out on me? Oh my God, I'm Mr. Beast. I'm like a saint. I'm such a good person. Why would anybody think I would do harm to anybody? Minus all the times I've done harm to people. Never mind the fact that it was what, like a month ago that he beat up one guy came to his apartment. He's trying to do this holier than thou, this angel approach. I would never hurt anybody. That's just not the Mr. Beast way.
Here's your chance. Wait. Let's see if you have balls. Am I exploiting Josh or not?
Josh, do you feel exploited?
No, I'm asking you directly.
No.
Yes or no? Am I exploiting Josh?
No.
I'm asking you.
I honestly don't know
Michael
enough
Quinn's
about your
nipples
setup.
sent
Like,
No,
I didn't know
no.
anything
Letting
about
you
you.
Yes or no answer. Am I exploiting Josh? Have the balls to say what you think.
Stop eating your boogers and put
I
the
am
fries
saying
in
what
your
I think.
bag.
Have I ever been
Based is
dishonest?
You're going to be
Same
running
person.
around saying I exploit him for the next couple of years, so why don't you say it
No,
now?
I'm not.
No,
Why?
no, no.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
I don't want to.
Light it.
No.
Light it.
No, you don't.
Light it.
Wait, why do you...
So this is the fire clip I was alluding to early on, and this is the one point that I guess if you want to give Mr. Based any credit, I don't even like saying credit, but he does push back on Letty and say, well, tell me your actual opinions on if I'm exploiting Josh. Now, her saying is, I don't really keep up with it, so I can't really say. And in fairness, she hasn't really directed any of the conversation towards Josh. She's been directing it towards the accusations against Mr. Based, right? Now, I will answer the question. He is exploiting Josh for views and money, and he's said that because he got giddy, and I think I might have included it in the past, he got giddy at the idea that the way that this ends is that Josh is going to die from alcohol poisoning or whatever. And we're gonna be the biggest on the entire internet during that time, which isn't true. And he gets joy out of that perception that the guy that he's allegedly best friends with and is looking out and caring for, but he likes the idea that he's gonna get big off of Josh dying on a stream or in adjacency to him. It's really gross, man.
Well, I've never actually met another murderer before.
So you know for a fact I'm a murderer? I'll sue you for slander. I'll f you up. Maybe you'll be rich one day.
Hey, calm down, Mr. Bates. It's not that serious.
I don't think you can sue
Yo,
somebody
you deserve
who
everything
lives-
you get for the
I don't think you-
because you're disgusting, picking on me for
I
shit
don't
that's
think-
not true. Everyone should f you up
I
for
don't
the
think
true
it's
shit that you've done.
possible to sue
Because you're kind of a
somebody
disgusting girl. You're cute,
internationally, right?
and it won't last that long, but you're
What?
disgusting human.
I
You
don't.
told me I have to change all my titles to link to you and everything. I said,
Yeah, to
fine,
make it
fine.
worth my while.
That's a person after clout. No one's ever asked me to do that.
Just to make it worth my while, you know?
How about all the cash I keep shoveling at you?
You don't give me that much. Look how many TTS you've got this stream.
Everyone says you should pay me to be exposed to my audience.
Why do I keep shaking when I drink?
Oh, Josh.
You see
It's
what-
when you drink only?
It's when I've abstained for like a day or two.
It means you're addicted to alcohol.
What do I do? Should I like cut down?
I like that Josh is trying to defuse the situation. Let's get back to his alcoholism, but I won't let that slide because Mr. Bass just had the most embarrassing crash out, meltdown, whatever you want to call it, blowout that we see in a while. He's getting pressed over. These people say it to him all the time, and it gets under his skin because it's probably allegedly true. Don't sue me, Mr. Beast. It's not slander. I said allegedly 45 times. It gets under his skin because, maybe my morality that I've suppressed my entire life in order to take advantage of every single person I've ever interacted with, maybe it's starting to come up a little bit. And now I'm going to take it out on some 20-something-year-old girl who had a horrible event happen to her in the past against her own volition, and I'm gonna try and slam doink on her for it. Oh, Mr. Bass, the wholesome person. And it's such a shame because your best friend Josh right there, he's trying to express his own concerns, but no, Mr. Bass, you deserve everything you've ever gotten, and I hope people F you up in the future. Like, what the hell is going on, man?
Jocelyn, you stream on your Letty can show you how.
You got kicked out of the tank, babe.
Well, I know you're sensitive. It's okay, Mr. Bass. I'm sensitive too, but I didn't expect, like...
I'll tell you what.
I've never met such a sensitive...
Okay, how about we make up and we let you stay?
I'm just kidding.
Right, how about we let you stay all night? Because I don't even think you have the balls to hang out with us anymore.
Yes, I do, but...
Then stay with us. We were just kidding.
You would be scamming your viewer.
No, we like you. We want you to stay.
I think she's right. You're scamming a viewer.
Oh, if I don't kick her out?
Yeah. Yeah, because you said 200 to kick her out.
Yeah, you'll have to leave, otherwise that's scam...
I know, I just called out the scam. See, I'm virtuous. Yep. Bye, Josh.
Bye.
You want to shout out your socials before you go?
No, it's fine. I don't care.
You want to shout out your... Okay,
let's just keep going. You want to shout out your victims?
You want to shout out your
Julia!
He's just getting absolutely eviscerated at this point, man. And like, I felt so icky, so gross when he was saying, well, why don't you prove that we have no issue and stick around? Ooh, Mr. Bass asking you to spend the night. Ooh, something bad's happening there. You're getting placed into some shipping container and getting sent to Bill Gates' front door. That's for certain. That is 100% happening. But, you know, Letty took it in stride. She was still doinking on her. She didn't really turtle up, which is a good sign because Mr. Bass, I would say, is all bark and no bite, but he has taken out some anger on some people's faces in the past, alright? And it would be pretty damning for him to go after a, like, 100-pound, 5'6" girl. So, you know, she has some immunity built in there. We got some other bystanders just hanging around. I'm always curious by these other dudes and chicks that show up and they're like, hell yeah, Mr. Bass, I'm down the clown with you. We're gonna hang out and have a grand old time. So once Letty leaves, she goes on Instagram and does an Instagram live talking about her experience and going into it and how she basically ended up in this situation.
I was mostly just playing because I don't really know the story. And he was being pretty creepy to me. That's why I brought it up in the first place, because he stuck on one topic and was creepy for like 10 minutes. So I was like, okay, fine. Well, I'm going to say what gets under your skin then, if you're going to stay on this topic.
And this is the perfect way to respond to Mr. Bass. I love the punk dudes that hang out close by Mr. Bass's apartment. They always clown on him whenever he walks by. And Mr. Bass, obviously, like, you know, I can't be advocating for certain things because I really want to say some things that could be construed in a poor way, but you know, I just want to get back to the Josh show at this point, right? I'm looking forward to the day that Mr. Bass disappears from the limelight, maybe has some freak out in public himself, and his entire internet career, in quotations, is just destroyed. And I guess next time we'll see how the cruise has gone for Josh, because by the time this is uploaded, Josh would be on day 1.5 basically of the cruise. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.